What is going on, my crazy 76er fanatics, guys? Thanks for stopping back in for another daily pod with your daily 76ers discourse and discussion. The likers, the watchers, the commenters, and the subscribers, you guys are all that keeps this channel going and growing. We appreciate you guys helping the conversation continue to go, helping the channel continue to grow, and keeping the Sixer discourse on the up and up. One thing we got to talk about: what is holding this team back? Huh? What the heck is holding this team back from being great? Well, one reason this team isn't great, they don't play like it when their stars aren't there, and the team doesn't seem to have chemistry or gel well as of right now. So one thing that's holding this team back big time has got to be the injuries, right? No one like Paul George, like Joel Embiid, Adem Bona, Kelly Oubre, no one is expecting this team to be championship contenders without their all-stars, MVPs, and real-life contributors. This team is nowhere and has no chance of being great until their great players step on the court. So injury and health has got to be one of the things holding this team back. We got to talk about that 40-point loss, though. How the heck did that happen? First thing you do after a 40-point loss, you do what Tyrese Maxey says, you flush it. Got to flush that one. That's not who we are. Just flush that one. Get ready to play and have a good Thanksgiving and be ready to play on the next one. Ask the head coach, what do you do after that 40-point loss, Nick Nurse? How did that happen? How did the team play so bad? Nick Nurse says, listen, 2 or 3 times a season, you're going to have those games like this is where just like everything goes wrong all of a sudden. You can never really explain it. Just like I told the guys, we've got to be better. Certainly not who we are out there tonight. And realistically, guys, I think that's exactly who a Nick Nurse-led team without Joel Embiid, without Paul George, without Kelly Oubre, with a bad performing Tyrese Maxey. That's exactly who I think this team is. And the reason I think this team isn't great is because they don't have great players unless those guys show up. Listen, Nick Nurse, being the head coach that he's been, you look at his track record, it's good and it's great when he has great players playing well. If you give Nick Nurse a bunch of pieces like last season, you get what you just saw last night. Tragedy. I'm seeing deja vu. You let me know how you feel about it, guys. But with the injuries that are already piling up on this squad, with the way this team's been playing in their last 10 games, they're 3-7 in their last 10 games. The way this team's been playing in their last 10 games, and on top of that, the way Nick Nurse has been coaching, I'm getting deja vu from last season. What's the difference? Players in and out of lineups, starting lineups changing every night, closing lineups changing every night, and this team playing extremely bad. One thing I do want to note is that Jared McCain had a great game, but it means absolutely nothing if the team can't get stops on top of it. Jared McCain, offensively, gifted. Scoring, he's got it. Defense, you need to see more. I have not seen a good defensive lineup with Jared McCain at the helm or at the point guard, shooting guard position all season long. Now, of course, Jared's explosion, consistency, and just readability to move off the cut and attach to offensive players as a defender, I'm expecting him to get more comfortable with that. But realistically, I see why Nick Nurse is not comfortable playing him, because when he's out there, defensively, this team takes a huge dip. In comparison to when they do have Quentin Grimes and VJ Edgecombe, there's a lot more forces, a lot more physicality. We got to talk about that 40-point loss, guys, and the ingredients to how this team did lose. Realistically, it's the same way the Pistons beat this squad. Physicality, force, aggression, pace, just more physicality, honestly. Tyrese Maxey, after the Pistons game, went on to say that they punched him up, beat him up, pushed him around a little bit, and it took him out of the game for a second, and it took him a second to get back to his bearings and back to the flow that he knows. That's called offensive firepower. That's what happened in the Pistons game where this team lost extremely bad. The Orlando Magic took that same defensive identity, brought it into the beginning of this game, and you saw Tyrese Maxey was frustrated. You saw this team decide not to fight back. To the point, this team showed little fight Little fight back to the point where Andre Drummond was squaring up at the top of the key at 3. What are we doing? What are we doing? In the post-game press conference, Andre Drummond went on to say that he was just trying to get a little spark going. And the team still ended up losing by 30 plus, 41 to be exact. So how did that happen? And why did this happen? Because, again, that team played with force. That team played with hustle. That team played with physicality. And when you look at this current Sixer roster with who's at their disposal, yeah, they just don't have the guys for that. I mean, the guys who would like physicality, the guys who like contact, the guys who play extremely well in games like that are actually, they're all injured. Paul George, an all-star, who would take physicality and hopefully get to the free throw line, he's injured. Joel Embiid, who you're physical with Joel, you better know that he's going to knock down 20 or 20 free throws because you can't be too physical with a guy as smart as him. Kelly Oubre loves physicality, finishes through contact all the time. Adem Bona, one of the most physical players on the team. The guys that this team needs to combat a physical matchup just weren't there last night. And realistically, that's understandable. That makes sense. And it kind of adds up why this team lost by 40. The question is, when will those guys be there? When will Joel Embiid return? Questions we need answers to. And you ask these questions to a guy like Tyrese Maxey, it seems like he's not worried about Joel Embiid's return. He's worried about that guy's happiness. This is what Tyrese Maxey had to say about Joel. I just want him to be happy. As long as he's happy, then I'm happy. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, yes, basketball is our career, but life is his life. You know what I'm saying? And I want to put it out there, guys. I have no idea what Tyrese Maxey's saying. It seems as if he's alluding to Joel Embiid currently not being happy in this present date, not being happy in his present state. Now, we can touch on many facets of that. Is he not happy with the way his body's holding up to what he physically and mentally think he's capable of doing? Or is he not happy with the way the Sixer organization is treating him, talking about him, and playing him? Or is he not happy in Philadelphia as a whole? I want to go back to this quote. I want to dissect each individual piece because I think what he's not saying and what he wants you to assume he's saying is more powerful than the words themselves. Tyrese Maxey speaking on Joel Embiid. This is the quote, guys. This is the quote. Tyrese says, I just want him to be happy. As long as he's happy, then I'm happy. You know what I mean. Speaking on Joel Embiid's happiness and his own happiness in the same sentence makes me think that realistically, they're not the same thing. Tyrese Maxey seems happy in Philadelphia, and this may be a hint at a Joel Embiid trade request that we had no idea he has made. Think about it, guys. He's sitting out with a knee injury that isn't even the knee he had surgery on. So if you're a team thinking about trading for Joel, the Sixers are sending out a smokescreen to the public, to the media. Guys, it's his right knee. So that all other teams who are calling is like, is he actually healthy? No, he's fine. He's fine. We just don't want him to be damaged goods or potentially hurt himself anymore and ruin his market. So his right knee's hurt, but realistically, he's fine. Think about it. They do these things all the time where you have a guy sit out with an apparent injury. Next thing you know, he's traded a few weeks later. Think about it, guys. One more. As long as he's happy, then I'm happy. And it seems like their happiness of bringing a championship to Philadelphia, which I would think would be the happy spot. Let's continue with the quote. Tyrese says, you know what I mean. At the end of the day, yes, basketball is our career, but life is his life. You know what I'm saying. I think Tyrese Maxey's saying basketball is his career. And as a player, I would love to play with Joel. But he's not happy here in Philadelphia. He doesn't like the way the fans talk about him. He doesn't like how he's always in trade rumors. He doesn't like the way he's dedicated his body, his time, his heart, his soul, and it has not been appreciated by the public. He's not happy here. And the way this team is playing, if they don't bring a championship, he can't see himself being happy here. I think Tyrese Maxey is alluding to a Joel Embiid trade request that we have never heard of. And that, to me, guys, is breaking news. So, what trades can be made? My honest opinion If you're the Philadelphia 76ers and you want to win, you can't trade Joel. You shouldn't trade Joel. There's no one you can trade for Joel unless it's Zion Williamson, Lauri Markkanen, and James Harden. We've tried that. It didn't work. There's no way you can trade Joel and it can go well. But that's exactly what this break is about, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe. Guys, tell me which trades you think can be made and include Joel Embiid in them. Because the way Tyrese Maxey's talking, it seems like Joel Embiid, he'll start to do the walking. Bye-bye, Joel. We love you forever. MVP, the greatest player to touch the court in Philadelphia. You remember that. But if he no longer wants to be in the city of brotherly love, guys, let's show him some love as he departs. Like, comment, and subscribe. And let me know what you think about a Joel Embiid trade. And do you think the request was made? Because this injury in the right knee is all of a sudden, and Nick Nurse does not seem to be happy about it or even buying it or believing it. Like, comment, and subscribe, guys. Let us know what you think.